I haven't had that.
Or the like dragon fruit.
Oh, that's what I just
That, bro. I should have told you that one.
Destroy that one.
I should have told you that one. I believe that was bad. That was back home mine. It's okay though.
So where you just come from?
Well, originally I'm from Long Beach, but I right now live in East LA. So like that's just closer to work. It's like right off the Fire Freeway, and like pretty much I normally work like Culver City, like I'll work like downtown LA a lot, and then definitely more inland, like Topanga, Studio City. Things like that, yeah. Just like when like I'm in the studio with artists, like, you know, not when it's just music video time and it's just more like studio time, just being with them, like creating that relationship, building that relationship with them, and kind of just from there, that's when the conversations of music videos and certain things come about, you know, just like them building that comfortability with you and yeah, just building that relationship. So yeah, just like more of the studio sessions are out there, but I normally just, it's like, it's not bad of a drive. Like, I would say like, when the studio ends, it's always like 2 or 3 a.m. So like, bro, the drive is so easy, it's no traffic. You're like, you're literally you're happy to go home at 2 or 3 rather than at like 9 or like 7, 6 because you're like, dude, you're stuck in traffic. So it takes you like 2 hours to get home. And it's like insane.
Wait, you look at right?
Man, bro, you see my car right there? I'm a race car driver right there. I'm in and out, so. It's good, yeah.
So you're born in Long Beach?
Yeah, born and raised in Long Beach for sure.
What elementary school and middle school and high school did you go to?
So actually I went to Patrick Henry Elementary School, and that's a dual immersion school, so that's actually really funny. So I'm fluent in Spanish. Yo puedo hablar español muy bien. Like, y eso es la razón que yo trabajo en este nada de español. So yo entiendo a él, you know? Like I can understand him, like. So like that language barrier was like broken down. So like from day one, like we just had like a good relationship, and like since then it was just like, I don't know, it was smooth. It was like bread and butter pretty much.
So can you repeat the high school you went to?
I actually started off at La Salle for 3 years, and then I ended up going to Milken my last year.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
And so you grew up around film, didn't you? Because of your dad? Maybe?
Yeah. So it's kind of weird, but yeah, I grew up around film, and honestly, I was more into like sports. So I was doing sports a lot. I started running track. I was playing soccer, and then I started running track my senior year of track. That's when I kind of just ended off with the sports because of the fact that like I pulled my hamstring, and like I was actually in like it was the CIF finals, so this is like big race. I was almost wanting to go to college for track, and like that was my passion. That's what I wanted to do. But always like in high school, I was picking up the camera. Like I was always, you know, doing photo shoots. I was doing things with like my friends. You know, like I would just do little projects. You know, we would make clothing brands. Like we would do different things. Like always like just being artistic, being active. Like we were never like just sitting there. Like, you know, like we were just always wanting to just do something. And like if we did it, we did it. Like we would go, you know, Melrose without no plan and just try to figure something out. Like so it was always like I was always surrounded by art at the same time as like doing my athletics. So when that happened of me pulling my hamstring, went to Cal State Long Beach. So I went to Cal State Long Beach, and there, that's when I started taking my photography more serious. I started meeting more people, and you know, like I said, it's all about building connections because you guys are probably more talented than I am in certain areas, and that's perfectly fine. That's human, you know. Like you guys probably see and think different than I do, and I think and see different than you guys do. So like it's all about connections, really. I would say like I feel like everybody has a chance and everybody's talented. It's just all about the connections. Like literally, I just worked Rolling Loud, and that was like insane. I worked for Diddy, so like we did Rocky Daily. Thank you, bro. That was insane. That was honestly when I got the call, like I was like, yo, like what the heck? Like this is like 24 hours before Rolling Loud. I'm still trying to scramble to find an artist. Like I'm like, yo, like come on, I'll pull up. Like and sometimes like it's always a hit or miss, but I think definitely like in LA is definitely a little harder to to maneuver around in the industry just because of how much competition there is. So like, just to get that last minute call from someone like Diddy was just insane. So like, that was insane. The team killed it. Like we pretty much were covering the artist at the same time covering the campaign of Ciroc and De Leon. So like we would all be in a group chat. They would send us, certain things that we would have to hit, like certain missions and certain things as far as like just get the Ciroc or De Leon bottle in the crowd with the fans, interaction and things like that. And then on top of that, we'd have to rush that SIM card over to, which was really dope. They had us actually editing inside of the SoFi Stadium, so the Rams football stadium. They had us like in a press box, and we would bring our SD cards, and then we would actually go and edit inside of like the press box.
Like a made-up studio? Oh,
pretty much, yeah. And you have everybody there, bro. Like it's insane. Like you literally have everybody from the biggest like TikTok creators to like the biggest YouTubers to certain people as far as like blogs and things like that, and like you really realize like, yo, like I'm in a room with these people and like they're just like me. Like we're all young, we're all ambitious, we're all like finding a way to make it, So it was definitely like inspiring to be there. Definitely humbled me to be there. Made me want to work harder and made me see bigger visions for me for this year. Definitely just like how we were talking outside, like I was telling you, I feel as if I'm close, like I'm there. Like I'm not there because you're never there. Like there's always room for improvement, but I'm there to where it's gonna be steady work with the clientele that I would want to work with. That I can like reach out and then boom, we can just come to an agreement and work. So I'm definitely feeling like it's all about consistency, like just continuing. It's literally about consistency, about continuing, and like I feel like as if like I don't know. One day, it'll pick up.
No, keep going,
bro. No, my bad, bro.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. My bad, guys. I like talking about.
No, that's great. I just wanted to ask you, are you a filmmaker at Cal State Long Beach or?
So actually, at Cal State Long Beach, I was a I apologize. I'm actually not in school right now. That was another I think that was another choice in my life that I wanted to go about in a way, was I knew that like if I had school and I had all this as far as traveling, doing this and that, and like just really putting my 10 toes down and just like really like, working towards my goal in life, and I really felt like as if I needed to cut something off, and that was school, just because I knew school was always going to be there. I can always go back. I still want to go back, and when I do go back, I want to do a film major. So I will be returning back to school, and I will be doing a film major for sure. Just because I think that inspire my creativity, inspire my eye, make me see compositioning differently, just telling stories different, and really like appreciating the history. I think it's definitely important to appreciate the history and to like give the flowers to people that can come before you in like the film industry in a sense. So like I definitely want to go back to film, like go back to school for film. Like so I would definitely go back to Cal State Long Beach, and I would do film this time. But the first time I was business economics actually. So I was in business economics. I just did like macro and microeconomics that killed me. So dude, literally like it was that, and then it was COVID as well. So like COVID hit, and then I was doing the online classes, and at the same time I was grinding, like I was doing a day job, and then I was really working I was working from literally like 10 till 10. I mean like 10 till 10, like 10 in the morning till 10. And after that I would go to the studio, and I would like make connections. I would like literally be on my grind. So I think I felt as if like, okay, I didn't know how it was gonna play out with the whole COVID thing. So it was my time to step back from school. I felt as if like, okay, you know how everyone says they take that year off and then, you know, like you wanna come back. I definitely wanna come back. But I just wanna make sure business is going steady. Like I wanna solidify my name as a director, as a creative director. I think that I've definitely managed myself well to connections and things like that to the point where I can solidify my name as a creative director and director. I just need to continue to, like I said, be consistent with the projects that I'm dropping. Think more methodically about the shots and composition of everything, and kind of just like, honestly, I was like it's hard a little bit sometimes because like the budget's not there, but just coming up with like, you know, treatments for the music videos and just allowing like pretty much the words of these artists to kind of, you know, come out through visually, you know, through the music video visually. So I definitely want to focus on that, like bringing that storytelling to my work this year for sure.
Was it maybe during like your first semester at Cal State Long Beach when you said, I'm gonna start making music videos, or was that like already happening in high school? Like I wanna like go like from the beginning before you got to like meeting the middleman, or whether it was directly with Nata.
Oh, okay, yeah, literally with that, it was photo shoots, bro. It was photo shoots and doing, like finding my style. Cause I never went to school for photography, never went to school for videography, I never went to school for film. So like it was all about finding my style. I think that I organically found my style, and that's a good thing. I feel like that's like positive, like you wanna organically find your style because people will appreciate that way more rather than your style being like the next person's and the next person's. So I really just started with photo shoots, bro, and then I started doing music videos. But yeah, my fall semester, the freshman year at Cal State Long Beach, that's when I had my first music video, and then from there it just went on, you know, like second music video, and just like I said, just growing the connections with people. So I would say about last year, a year ago, that's when everything really started to take off. So.
And was that because music videos, and then after, what else do you think you were doing? Like,
I think what else, like I said, it's more about the connections. Like, there's more things to it. It's about being yourself. It's about being you. It's about just being comfortable in that building, in that setting, and knowing that, like, you know, everybody goes through the same thing, you know, like no matter what, if you feel sad, if you feel happy, if you feel, you know, whatever, everybody's going through that same thing. So like, I think it was more about building the connections through the studio sessions, like really like actually being human and bonding with them, not being starstruck with the people, and like just being myself and like being an actual human and kind of just like, you know, interacting with them. Because so how I met Nata was actually in LA. So I actually didn't meet him directly. I was taking pictures for another artist, and one of his LA managers was actually in the building that night. And like I said, I was just going around, like I said, and I'm in this room, this big room, I don't know nobody. And I'm just like going around, like asking people, can I take a picture, can I take a picture, can I take a picture? And then like boom, you know, I would send them the picture like right away, because like that's what everybody wants. They want that, like, you know, rapidly, you know. And his LA manager actually loved the pictures, and he was like, "Yo, like, I would love to like, you know, incorporate you into this next project that we have." So he actually ended up performing in LA, and I didn't go that day, but they actually sent me the files and I edited the video. So like when I edited the video, they loved it, the team loved it, and then from there, that's when they were like, "Yo, we gotta fly you out, let's go to Vegas." So they fly me out, we go to Vegas, and then from there, we actually go to Colorado. So we're we're in Vegas and Colorado, and we're shooting a video with, this is actually unreleased, so I'm actually really bad. It didn't release. I'm actually really mad because it was with not that Lil Mosey, and it was obviously because like Lil Mosey had something going on. So, I just feel like that was kind of like, I don't know, I feel sad. I'm definitely sad. I'm sad that didn't like drop, you know? Like I feel like that would have been my break. That would have been like something that I could have been like, okay, like now let's build from this and like let's definitely take over this industry. But I also know that like my time is coming and that, you know, like I feel like as of now, like looking back to it, it wasn't one of my best works. So like I'm always, like I said, there's always room for improvement. So I know that I'll be able to get like another video in with him soon. But I wanted to show you guys the video. I thought I would have a
No, we can bring it down and project it.
You will have one.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
with
for
you.
sure.
So
I have it on my phone. Like, will that work?
Yeah, at the end, can we project that through his phone?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay,
Oh,
perfect.
wow, okay.
You know, we got the top engineers here.
Okay, cool. Thank you guys so
Audio
much.
engineers.
Big man.
We also got AI running the disc. He's EJing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I like stutter. I'm actually still nervous, but
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Like, we really wanted to like we want to learn from you, and we wanted to like meet you, and we're just glad that you made all the drive here all the way from Long Beach. We really appreciate that a lot.
thank you.
So your dad had shown me that you work with Nata, and then after that you went on a plane trip with him. So.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So, like I said, we're really close. Like, I'm definitely blessed to be working with such a high celebrity like that. And the fact is that he's from Mexico. He's not from the U.S. So
Yeah.
it was definitely a blessing to work with them. We've worked multiple times. Like I said, we did Coachella, so I covered Coachella. And there I just did I pretty much did a documentary. Like we have a bunch of videos that I have sent to the team, and that they're holding because they're gonna do the whole. They're gonna do how they do it. So,
Okay.
but we have shot definitely a lot of documentaries of just like trips that we've taken. So we went to Coachella. We went to Puerto Rico where they had like the Latino awards. So everybody, like from Ecuador, Peru, Cuba, Mexico, like Argentina, like everybody was like there. Like that was like the Latin like Grammys almost. Like it was insane. So like it was dope. That was like a really good trip. I feel like that was like an insane I never traveled a lot in my life. So like traveling with someone like that has like such a high name and like just experiencing his lifestyle was definitely it's a blessing. And it's definitely humbling because it makes you want to work harder, it makes you want to
100%.
definitely be like, okay, I want to get to this level that way I can help, I can reach my hand out, help others come on to this too, but that was dope. I think also too, we did, what did we do? We went to Steve Aoki's house.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
insane.
cool,
Yeah, that was actually insane. We were supposed to shoot a music video to that too, and then actually they had to still fix the song and master it. And when they had called me back, I was busy. I was already booked, so I couldn't go back to shoot that music video. And that shit was that music video was insane. I think it already hit I don't even know 40 million views. But the music video was dope. Their team killed it. Shout out to their team. But yeah, I was definitely devastated. I'm like, dude.
Is that something that, or sad?
No. I think a good thing to learn in this industry is not to take anything personal. There's always time. It's always gonna be your timing. I never involve feelings into anything. And that's another thing that people have to understand too, is like not to really involve your feelings into certain things. And I think as of creatives and like being like the creatives that we are, we sometimes are like, no, we want it this way, because we see it this way, but then sometimes we're like, no, we don't want that, you know, you gotta kind of like compromise. So like, I think it's all about like just compromising, like just being like, all right, next one, you know, rather than just pushing it like, oh, I should have done it, like, it's just more like, okay, my time's gonna come, like, maybe they don't see what I see, but I'm gonna get better while they're working and I'm working, and then one will come back together, you know, so definitely I hope to expect a music video from him soon this year, for sure.
Could I have some questions?
Yeah, bro.
Ricardo, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, broski. Hi, nice to meet you. Go ahead and take a seat.
Yeah, bro, thank you, bro.
I can only imagine. Oh, shoot. Nice to meet you, man. My name's Tona.
Yeah, nice to meet you, bro.
You know, just kind of going back onto what you were mentioning when it came to, you know, some of the people might be really good at a certain aspect of film, videography, photography, all those different aspects, and even better than you, even though you have your experience, of course. How would you say you built your team? Because you keep saying we went here, we went there, and I'm sure you have a team. Could you go ahead and elaborate on that team you built, the gaps in your knowledge that they might have failed, how that helped you achieve even greater heights that you could have alone?
Yeah. So as of right now, I'm actually solo.
You're solo.
Yeah, I'm solo, so I do everything by myself. Sometimes I'll have a team. It'll be rare occasions, like I said, like it's all about sometimes like the creativity is there. Like you'll always have a treatment and you'll always have something like to base yourself off of, but at the same time, I feel like there's some parts of improvising. Like you always have to improvise, you know? And sometimes if the budget's not there, then I can have my whole team there. But if the budget's there, then I will have my whole team there. So there's definitely certain music videos that I've done with my whole team there. And then like how I built that was just pretty much off of, I used to post a lot on TikTok, and like that would like bring more of my creative friends. Like I would just post, literally I would only post like my work. I would only post my photo shoots. I would like do like edits, you know, like, and then I would post it, and it would actually attract business. It would attract people because they would like to see my style of editing and things like that. And then that's also how I started traveling more, going to Chicago, going to Miami, went to Tampa, like New York and things like that, like just off of literally TikTok. So, and just like showing them my editing, showing them my pictures and things like that. So I would say this year, like I said, I'm gonna focus on definitely bringing that team aspect together. I have a 3D editor. I have a grapher, like, you know, that does like the setting up for like the lights and things like that. So I have I have first AD, I have all that lined up right now, and pretty much like those people will be are the ones that I met throughout my years of, you know, just being in the industry, creating, and just like I said, making friendships, making relations, because also there's like I'm not the best grapher, I'm not the best lighting technician, but there's definitely someone out there that is. So if I can include them onto my team, I can have them train other people, and then like we can like grow the team. I definitely do that because I want to actually, like, my inspiration and like why I do what I do is like I want to help others, like really, and that's what being a creative is at the end of the day. Like you're helping other people bring their ideas to life. You're you're inspiring others always. Like your work's always gonna inspire somebody. Your work's always gonna like give someone this feeling, and like I want to be able to include people into that feeling. Like I want my friends, my family, you know, like people from my home city that like don't know how to get there, and like I kind of want to just be like the pioneer for that. Like I want to help them, you know, like show them that there's this way, like, and you can, like, we can all win together. So like I want to definitely like, that's what the production team is for, you know. It's gonna be to create jobs for my family, for my friends, for people like you guys that are here and want to learn and are willing to learn, you know, because it's like you can try to help as many people, but if they don't want the help, then it's like it's hard to kind of help them, you know. Like you can throw it at their face, but like if they don't want to come, if they don't want to work, and then, you know, sometimes like, the budget's not there. So like, I'll tell people like, you know, the budget's not there, like, I wish I could pay you more, this is what I could do. And like, they'll accept it, you know, so, but like, my friends know that like, it's all love, like, we always have fun. Always like treat them to food or whatever whenever we go out, like, and do the shoots and things like that. So definitely the production teams for just helping like my friends and family. Like there's a lot of my friends that like do photography and things like that, and they do it as a hobby. They do it not knowing that there's a way. Like they do it and like they're timid to like really push, and like I just want to like kind of like have that platform to invite them in and just show them that it's not that hard.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of what you're doing here for us today. You know, you're showing us how possible this success you've had is. You know, you're 22 years old, correct? And I think we're kind of around the same age. I'm 22 actually.
Okay,
so even if, you know, we're kind of the same age, I'm still seeing you like learning so much more. You know, age is kind of just a confine of our humanity sometimes, you know? And something you mentioned that I really like, I feel like as creatives we need to take advantage of it. I'm sure a lot of us do already, but I kind of want to learn about your techniques besides what you already mentioned. How did you use your social medias, and maybe which ones were more profitable or even more exposure giving to you? You know, like, do you prefer, you said you mentioned TikTok, how has Instagram helped you, how has YouTube helped you? What other ones would you choose to stick to, or which one financially did that one bring more money? You know, like, can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so it's funny right now, I actually don't have a website. I'm like reconstructing it, but when I first started, I definitely had a website. So I always have a website where people can go and like see my portfolio and things like that. So I hope that brought in some type of business. I'm not for sure because I never had to like book an appointment through the website, and it's always been like just call my phone or email me. So like I would figure out by that. But other than that, TikTok allowed me to meet a lot of different creators as far as like dancers, just different things like that. And like I said, like just being with them, being in a room with them, and just realizing that, you know, you're in this room for a reason, and just take advantage of your day, like go and talk to other people, and like you may never know, like they might need just a photo shoot, you know, and if they need that photo shoot, you know, like that might lead to them needing a video shoot, them needing this and that, and them needing a music video now, you know. So like I said, it's all about just the connections. I'm not for sure. I would say Instagram is most effective for me, just because I feel like I've built my reputation through that.
Same.
Yeah. Like TikTok is like hit or miss. The algorithm's all weird now and stuff like that, but I would think like Instagram is definitely like how I make my mark. And then also to just connecting, like being when I'm in that, like, cause now I have that, like I've built my clientele to the point where every time I'm in a room for a reason. So just going ahead and like talking to other people, like just showing them that like, you know, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and then making that connection, really. So I would say like in person is definitely like one of my other ways of making money. Like I normally would say Instagram like is the main money maker. But being in person is definitely a good money maker.
So like word of mouth and so on.
100%, yeah. Just showing people your vibe, like, because you know when you're around like higher profile people like that, like they want you to make sure that like you represent them at the end of the day, and they want to make sure that like you act accordingly, and that you're not wilding out. And, you know, like we're old enough to drink now, so it's like if you go out and drink, you know, you're with them and them, and you're gonna get too drunk, you know, like
It can't be acting.
yeah, you know, you gotta just keep your composure. Definitely, always stay professional, and I think like that's what shocks a lot of people when they work with me. They always think that I'm older. They always think I'm like 25 or like 26, and like they just think because of the way I compose myself, and I'm just very to myself. Like it's weird. I'm a creative, but I'm very introverted at times too, because I'm always thinking about certain things, you know. So like it plays a good part. Like I feel like in certain times, like I'm like not acting out, and like that's why people like to, you know, do business with me, because I'm not like acting out like the other person is, you know. Like you just gotta say like, hey, game out all the times, right? Like
Yeah.
really. for sure.
Yeah, awesome. I think I used up a lot of Ricardo's time here. You wanna come back?
Sure.
Oh
It was a pleasure, man.
Oh
just-
no, yeah,
just
nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to
For
meet you,
sure,
bro.
yeah. What time is it?
6:40. We got 20 minutes before we open up the panels and Q&A.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to elaborate a little bit more on the TikTok. So you said that you use more Instagram than now to your reputation. And before, what were you doing, you think, on TikTok that was really giving you like the hits? Obviously, like good moving images is always great. Were you going like crazy with the hashtags or like what you were putting like in the caption or anything?
Like I said, I think it was more just me finding my style.
Okay. Okay.
I think at that time, TikTok like was still is more used for the dance moves and things like that, like which is cool, it's funny and all that stuff. But I use it straight for just, you know, like my art. So I think just finding my style, I used what song did I use? I used something by ASAP Rocky.
Oh, so you go with like the viral songs too sometimes, like.
ASAP Rocky's always been the inspiration to me. Like he's always been like, I've always like dreamed of being a creative because of him and like just the group that he's been around. I feel like they're always like very humble, respectable guys and like very intellectual guys and like they have a cool sense of fashion and style and things like that. And like they think different. So like I don't know, like I was just feeling inspired that day by A$AP Rocky, so I ended up using one of his sounds, and ended up getting like 200,000 likes or something like that. And then I was like, what the heck? Like, whoa, like this is insane. And then another time I had actually, like I said, like just allowing yourself to be in the same room. I was with a friend from Cal State Long Beach, and he actually was part of the styling. He like he was like into styling. And the next day he was going on the set with Quavo, and I was like, yo, like I'll help out with you guys and anything like with the styling department. Like I'll bring clothes, like I'll be a guinea pig, whatever, bro. I just want to be there. And I actually ended up getting to shine my light there because there was no photographers on set. They all like magically went somewhere, bro. Like it was almost like if it was meant to be. Like they magically went somewhere, and like being a photographer, you already have the camera in the trunk. So I'm like, yo, like my camera's in the trunk. So I run to go get my camera. I started taking pictures of Quavo, Sweetie, like all these people, right? And like they loved the photos. Like they ended up actually calling me back, and then that's how I kind of started getting known more in New York. So like that's how I established my following over there. But I just feel like I said, just putting yourself in that room, like, you know, like it all started with just being a guinea pig to a styling team and just bringing like literally hangers and racks of clothes for the artists to get changes in, and then just being in that right spot. Photographers left, and I just took over. And like it was insane because they let me just take pictures for the rest of the day. Like I didn't have to go back to styling team, so it was dope.
So you get the phone call, and can you tell us what's the process afterwards when it comes to like a music video? And also afterwards for photo shoots.
Yeah. So definitely, I would say taking care of business is definitely key. Invoices is definitely key. I think that's what like made people take me more serious is when I have it break it down for them, like where their money's going to the invoice of this and this and this and this and this, and then that allows them, you know, the budget to get approved because they see where the money's going to. And then my certain process would be I would like to hear the song first. So hear the song, come up with a treatment, and then from there just figure out like how detailed we're gonna get into with the video. Like, are we gonna need certain effects? Are we gonna need certain things in camera? Are we gonna need a studio? Are we gonna need models? You know, anything like that. And like how you guys asked me earlier, like with my team, like I definitely want to have that budget there this year. I'm working on that for sure. That way I can have someone that's like doing the casting. I can have someone that's, you know, like doing this, the special effect. I'm sorry, the makeup, like makeup artists, things like that. You know, like the on the face and things like that. If they ever need like certain things for their face, the blood, and shirts, stuff like that. Like I want to build that team, and it's gonna happen this year for sure. Like it's already happening. I already have my people in place, and it's just like really getting on to like the next video. And like once we get that budget accepted, like we're gonna rock out. It's gonna be insane. So it's definitely dope. I just shot like a really dope music video yesterday at this restaurant. So like it was like we pretty much just had like the guys working in the back and like just doing like dishes and like cooking burgers and stuff, but like literally like while they're performing things like that. So we're just trying to like just make it look like dope. We're trying to like definitely have people feel connected to the videos, like I said, and like feel something, like feel like they feel connected, feel like oh, like that's me working my job, like, but this is inspiration of like what I can do with my money, with my job, like I worked a day job and I worked it until like I really just was like, I'm gonna go all in. And now I'm going all in, like it's like the fruits of the labor, just, really just working every day, editing every day, learning new techniques of editing. I use Premiere and Adobe After Effects, so like, it's always about like just going on YouTube and just really like sitting there and learning new things. My next thing is learning like Blender. I would love to learn that. I feel like that would definitely increase my like
Your bag of tricks.
yeah, my bag of tricks, and definitely like add to the quality of the the videos and to the production and all. But I definitely need to like focus on getting that team set, and I definitely want to do that. It's just I want to do it more organically and kind of just I want to make sure it's the right time, for sure.
Since you were mentioning budgets, and you mentioned that taking care of business is the first thing. Do you persuade the budgets, or do they tell you like this is what you're gonna work with, whether you like it or not?
Yeah, there's definitely certain times where they're like, yo, this is a hard budget, like this is what you gotta work with. So then at certain times, you just gotta work with what you gotta do. But other times it's definitely more like I'll present a budget, and then from there, like that's what it, like if they accept it, they accept it. If not, then like how you said, it's more of a hard budget. Like we just gotta like make to cut things out, or if we can't shoot it, then we don't shoot it. They find somebody else. But you like win or lose, and I feel like it's definitely normal. You don't land every job, but like you do land like 20-30% of them, 40% of them. So it's definitely just a game of playing chicken. Sometimes like saying how much you can get for the budget. That way you can do what you want to do, and then seeing if they budge or not. So yeah.
And for these budgets, are we talking about like when like with the LA reps, or are we talking about like working with like high caliber clienteles?
It would be both. Sometimes in LA scene, I do have like certain. There's Empire that like is starting to do distribution deals with a lot of artists, so like they'll have like the Empire budget, or certain times it would be with Nata, like the budget for that music video with Mosey. That was definitely like I just presented the budget and then they accepted it. Like there was no problem really, but
And that's you making calculations. Okay, I'm gonna need this and that, or is it just like this is what I just have this number in my head and it has to be like
it will be more of calculations. Okay. I try not to, like I said, like I try to stay true to my value. I know that I can charge $50,000 and $60,000 and charging $50,000, $60,000 for a good reason, like because you have a whole production, you got maybe a 2-day music video, things like that, you have 150 people you have to pay and things like that. So once it gets there, then yeah, it would definitely be that. But other than that, I just feel like it's more just like a realistic number that we could both agree on, and that it helps both of us mutually. So yeah.
And when it comes to like photography, what's that process like?
That process is honestly really fun. It's less, how do I say it? Stressful than the music video part because you have to come up with the whole storytelling and everything like that. The photography end is very fun. I do a lot of studio shoots, so I've done a lot of birthday shoots. I've done a lot of different. I did a Valentine's Day shoot that came out really dope. I was super excited about how that came out. My model, which is her name Sativa, she helped me out, and she really killed it. We killed it, and like that actually ended up getting me more business because like people started seeing like, okay, like he can think outside the box with this, Like I started thinking like with my film and the photography, it kind of inspired my creativity thinking out the box. So like when my photo shoots, I feel like okay, the regular photo shoots, cool, like I can do that. But I wanted to think more outside the box. So like that photo shoot was definitely insane. We killed it. We definitely got a good reaction out of everybody, and like I've booked a lot of photo shoots this month actually for graduation and for like just studio shoots. So I'm definitely blessed to have those lined up. But the photo shoots it's way more fun, just I love Pinterest. Like Pinterest is my like go-to. So I just go on Pinterest. I always make mood boards. I always make different things, and then like I just present them to them, and like they're like, okay, I trust your vision, and then like we just go out there and execute it. So yeah, I mean the photo shoots are definitely fun for sure.
And right now that we only have like 8 minutes before we open it up for Q&A, I wanted to ask you, what's one of like the toughest parts that you've ever been through when it comes to like within this industry, like the hard, like you hit like this like really deep hole right now.
Yeah.
And then after, tell us one of like your most
For sure.
one of your like, I feel so high up in heaven feeling.
Yeah. Okay. I would say chasing your dreams is very lonely. It's a lonely process. Yes, there's a lot of fruits of labor, but when you're flying alone and you're doing certain things alone and you're really like, you're staying up till 3 a.m. editing, 4 a.m. editing, not looking at your phone, like totally just in a different world and trying to like catch up with the world. At the same time, it's kind of like, you kind of just sometimes just give up. You're like, I don't want to go on Instagram today. I don't want to go on TikTok today. So you don't even understand like what people are talking about sometimes because you're like so invested into editing, invested into shooting, invested into just trying to get the next project going, trying to figure out the next, I apologize. What was I gonna say? The next treatment or like the next mood board. So I would say it's very lonely. A lot of people don't understand how much effort and time and actually like amount of energy you have to put into it. Like your friends and family are not gonna understand it. My parents definitely didn't understand it at first until, really honestly, until I started working with Natanael. They're like, what the heck? Like it came full circle. Like I said, like from kindergarten to 8th grade, I was learning Spanish, and and me, I still know it, but I never really thought I was gonna apply it, really.
Yeah,
So it caught me by surprise, and so I would say just staying true to yourself, understanding that being alone is fine, and really understanding yourself is very important with this because there's a lot of times where it's gonna be overwhelming and you're feeling like everyone's calling you, they want this edit, they want this photo, they want this and that, but you might not be having a good day yourself. Like you might be feeling like you don't want to get out of bed, but you're like, oh, I gotta do it. Like it's just that, just being determined, just having that just having that that grit to just keep on going, really. So I feel like that is the most toughest part for sure. Even with relationships, with a certain partner or significant other, they might not understand that, I can't do this and do this and do this, because even if we go to the store really quick, it's only gonna take 30 minutes to get there, but you gotta go shop, you gotta go do all of this, and I have a deadline in 3 hours, 4 hours, you know, like, they don't understand certain things like that, so I feel like I've definitely lost a lot of relationships, and losing those relationships makes you think different, because it makes you think like, oh, are people really there for me, or like, not, and I think it kind of makes you go crazy, so like, just kind of, you know, staying sane and just having a good, positive energy about everything. I think those make the winners in this industry for sure. Not taking anything serious, like throwing the feelings all out and just, you know, just being like you at all times, really. But then, like I said, like my highest point was definitely working with Natanael for sure. Definitely this past month was working at Rolling Loud, working with Diddy, working with their team and their campaign team. That was insane. Shout out to them. Just rocking daily on. Like, thank you guys for bringing me out. That was insane. It was like, those are probably my biggest highlights. Like, those were like, okay, like, I see where I'm at, I see where I was, and I see where we need to be, where I need to be with my people, like my team and all these things. So, traveling to Mexico, traveling to Tijuana, like Puerto Rico, and then, like I said, doing Coachella, doing Rolling Loud, and like really just, like I said, like meeting Billie Eilish behind the scenes and things like that was just dope. Like it's like, it almost happens so fast you forget. Like you kind of forget, and yeah, I feel like just being in that room makes you inspired so much. Like it really inspires you, because you're like, okay, that I know, like I said, where I need to be, where I need to do, where I need to go, and certain things. So, yeah, just like I said, just being disciplined, staying down, knowing yourself, and knowing that being alone is okay. And then, like I said, like that's gonna be the fruits of the labor, because being alone, you find out a lot about yourself, you master your craft, you're focused. Like nothing's gonna take you out of focus, so you're gonna get the fruits of your labor like sooner or later. But that's pretty much it, like I would say.
What's your escape when you're in that lonely? Because I'm sure we all go through it. Like you're not the only one. Like,
Yeah,
we can all definitely like sympathize with you. But what's your escape? Like
Music,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
Music. I love music too much, bro. Like I really love music. I would say music, like there's definitely different genres and like that I like to explore. I'm really all over it. It's funny because I can literally listen to like reggaeton, or I can listen to different things like that. Like I can listen to R&B, I can listen to alternative music, techno, like just different things. I think music just calms me down, and definitely just driving and listening to music, like just driving. I like going to the beach a lot sometimes just to calm down, and just take a step away from the house, take a step away from the office, and just really just put my phone down and like allow the calls and just, you know, go to voicemail really. But other than that, like that's my cool down. Yeah.
Do you ever just go to the beach and then it's sunset? You just put your hand out like. And have you seen the Great Gatsby movie?
Which one though?
The one with
The new one or the old one?
The one with Leo. Where he puts his hand like out towards the green light. Do you ever do that with the sun?
Wait, are you talking about the green light across from the
sea.
lake?
Yeah. You ever just do that? Like,
no, bro. I should start doing
you should try
that.
one day.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for
You're just
sure.
like, is this life?
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I like the whole Great Gatsby better. I don't know. Yeah, I like that one better. I watched that one in school. That one was good. The one with Leonardo DiCaprio is kind of just, it's too new. Like, it feels like it's just too modern.
It was,
old,
especially with the
yeah.
hip-hop being introduced.
Yeah, definitely.
What he does, though, even with the Elvis movie, the same director, Boss Lerman.
Okay, is that the director of
Yeah, he does that. He incorporates a lot of like rap music into it.
Okay. That's dope.
Now it's 7. Does anyone want to ask any questions?
Hey, how you doing?
Yo, how you doing, bro?
Pretty You talked about your style. What was kind of the main project that kind of made you feel like you really got your style down?
I would say like, when I said finding my style, I feel like I'm still finding my style. Just because, like I said, like I'm experimenting with After Effects, I'm experimenting with Blender and things like that. And also too, what I've noticed is like in this industry, you'll never be able to do it alone. So like you need a team. Like I said, there's people that are better than you at certain things. So like I have, this year I have 3D animators that I'll mainly be using, but I still want to learn myself just in case if they're busy doing commissions or whatever. But I'm still finding my style, I would say. But how I knew I found my style, I would say, is when people started recognizing my logo a little bit more. They really just started I would just go around and I'm very humble and quiet. I just let my work speak for myself. So whenever they see that's your logo, that's when I kind of started realizing, there's my style is growing on people. People see the way that I shoot and the way that I edit my videos and put it out. They'll know in a second without even looking at the logo. So, but I definitely want to change it up more. That's when they said lyrical lemonade earlier. Definitely those are Cole Bennett, is definitely one of my biggest inspirations. But I do want to make my own way as far as production team and production company and everything. Definitely make something for the West Coast, because I'm definitely Long Beach from West Coast, But I would love to mix it in with the Hispanic culture and working more with Naka, working more with Best of Blue Mind, Mike Towers, and just working with Angelo and different people like that. I just want to definitely I want to be more global. I don't want to kind of just sit in one area, because I love it so much that it's every day is kind of a new thing, it's never the same thing. So that's why I love what I do. It's always every day you're waking up and you're doing a photo shoot or you're doing a music video, and it's never the same thing. So it doesn't get repetitive, and I definitely want to keep a variety. I love to just learn about new things and those different cultures and different genres of music. So I'm still finding my style, but I definitely think within a year or two I'll solidify it for sure.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Mark.
How you doing, Mark?
My question's kind of similar. Aside from Cole
Yeah.
Bennett, who are some of the filmmakers you feel have really influenced your style?
Definitely Spike Lee, Tarantino. Who else? I love Michael Bay. The same. Transformers is the same. Other than that, in the music industry, Dave Myers, Director X. Who else? I was gonna think about this the other day. I would say those are right now as the top of my head. I'm trying to think. There's definitely newer companies like Real Goats. There's these new companies that bring that movie aspect into the music video aspect. So I definitely do look up to them. But as far as directors, the ones I think off the top of my head, those are my ones that I like. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel as if for the more I said, I got focused in music, the music videos and stuff like that. So I'm more focused on the music video directors now. But I definitely want to start using movies as references for my music videos and just kind of getting that inspiration from them. So I'm gonna focus on that more, and I hope that obviously adds to my style.
Are there any scenes that you really like that stick out from those directors?
Off the hand right now, I do not have any scenes. No, I wouldn't say I have any certain scenes. I definitely have to dive into that and think about that more. But now, off the top of my head, no. Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you, Mark.
What's up, man? Gabe here.
Yeah.
Before I ask my question, I just want to say how I appreciate what you said about our role as creatives. You know, we're not only creatives for ourselves, we're also here to inspire the next person and just help bring other people's vision to life. And I really appreciated when you said that.
Yeah.
But my question for you is, you know, as creatives, it's really normal. We're prone to having like, you know, mental lapses and creative blocks. I wanted to ask, what's your approach to, you know, creative burnouts or creative blocks when no ideas are, you know, sticking and you're just tired, mentally burnt out?
I honestly, like, I just let it be. Like, if I don't like have that creativity, like sometimes it takes me like days. Like, if I'm very like happy about what I shot, I'll go back and I'll edit it within the next day, or like, and I'll like start picking at it the next day. But sometimes it takes me a while to get into my groove for certain things, just because like I said, it's also with a lot of improvising, and sometimes that improvisation wasn't my vision, and like just compromising with the artist and things like that. So sometimes it takes me a little while to kind of like find my groove, find my inspiration for the project. So like if I don't feel like editing, if I feel like that creative block, I just really just go on to the next project, or like I just give myself, you know, like a mental break. I'll like just relax. I'll watch, you know, Shark Tank, or I'll watch something like that. Like it's different stuff, bro. Like I just relax and like I'll try to get back to it later. But definitely just like it's hard sometimes, like I said, like with certain deadlines, because you know people want it at certain times and things like that. But I just try not to force it, really. I try to just take my time with everything.
It's all momentum and rhythm, really.
Yeah, getting the rhythm, bro. Like, cause when you can get the rhythm, bro, you'll be surprised if I gotta edit so fast, and you'll be like, bro, I really just did really good on this edit, like just because of the rhythm, you know, and all that stuff. Sometimes the rendering time like ruins the rhythm and stuff like that. That sucks, but other than that, like, yeah, I just feel like just that rhythm, just having that rhythm, and like, if you don't have it at that time, just, you know, don't force it. And I feel like sometimes my clients, they understand that. They value my work and they give me my time needed.
Thank you. I also had one tiny question. You mentioned you worked with someone named Angelo.
Edwell.
Does he have like a, you know, shaved head and like crazy dyed hair?
Yeah. Bro, they all do, bro. Like, but I basically how we worked was I just was able to capture, you know, a couple moments of him at a festival and things like that. So like, it was just a blessing to work with them and like just work with like all the artists at Baja Fest, really. So like I just was working there, like taking photos, you know, just getting the recaps, pretty much the same thing I really about. So like working with them was really cool. Just like connecting with them, like kind of just being in that same area, showing face, you know. I feel like, and then next time I see them, we'll be like, okay, let's try to chop up about a music video, you know, things like that. So it's just showing face, like being around in the same area, and really just sending all the photos out to their teams, to their, you know, managers and things like that, just to hope for that reply back, you know. But it's definitely competitive out there for sure, and it's a blessing to work with all of them, and in the future, definitely be some crazy stuff for sure. When I get the team together and all that stuff, like, the things that I have in mind are really insane, bro. So I'm definitely excited. Like, I hope you guys are there to witness it and see my name one day and be like, bro, like, he was literally so sick.
Can't wait.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate you guys for being here too, bro. Thank you, like, for, you know, just being here, vibing with me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, man.
I got a question. I mean,
Yeah, go crazy.
So I'm a cinematographer, and I'm kind of barely getting into a more corporate field. But I also want to get into like narrative film. And so far I've done music videos, but you're more of a director, correct? What do you hope to get out of your cinematographer? You know, how do you like to communicate with them? Because I'm always trying to kind of be the perfect one, or try to fit a director's role, like whatever they need. What do you look in a cinematographer?
Well, like looking at a DP will probably just I would say really not too much. Like I feel like as if when I direct, like it's very straight to the point. Like if there's a tight shot, close shot, wide shots, things like that.
Just the technical aspects.
Yeah, just really that, and like if I tell you, like pull in, pull out, like just certain things like that. Like I'm very picky on because of how I like to edit. Other than that, I would pretty much like my DP is kind of like my DP that I use. His name is Sean. He pretty much knows how I film and how I would like it. So if we were to work in the future, I would and when it's like there in camera, I would definitely tell you certain things of like, oh maybe I want this shot a little bit tighter, maybe we can use a different lens, go a little bit wider, just certain things like that. Like definitely that I'll be nitpicky about that. But other than that, like I definitely try to be straightforward about what I want out of my DP and we'll make it happen for sure.
And do you usually specify that on a shot list, or is it really on the day where you're getting those ideas?
It would be treatment. Yeah, it would be like a treatment for sure. That way everybody comes and like they know what we're doing. That way also too the artist knows what they're looking like in camera, so like they know if they just have torso or full body, things like that. That way they can be conscious of that. So yeah, it would be in the treatment before, pretty much.
Cool. Another quick, not too quick question, I don't know. So you did mention how in the future you really hope to build out your team, and it's crazy how much you have done with that one, at least a concrete team, right? Of course you pull in people left and right, people you trust, of course. But what do you see yourself doing maybe a little bit further in the future, longer term? There's a lot of directors, a lot of people, creatives that do go into different areas of film or videography, like going into film, going into make your own movie. Like you see Jordan Peele that was doing skits, and he's like, he's crazy. He's like, he doesn't miss. It's amazing how he does it. Or people like Charles Gambino that go from music to acting to filming to writing. How do you see yourself even doing stuff like that? Or if you do see yourself, who knows? What do you see yourself doing?
Like I said, I love music. I'm very inspired by music. So what I do see myself as is like once I do grow my production company and once we are, working with the artists that we want to work with, like, and we're really just, executing everything like how we want to. I want to start actually hosting just like concerts. I want to host just like more of like a festival type thing where it's just, yeah, certain things like that, just like and bring like a community together. Because I think at the end of the day, it's all about inspiring people and bringing a community together and really realizing that you can just do it if you just put your mind to it. So it would be definitely creating a concert, creating a festival type thing, just because like I feel like as a creative director and being a director and being a cinematographer, you're gonna work with a lot of people. You're gonna meet a lot of people. You're gonna be so connected you don't even notice that you're connected. They're gonna sit down one day, but I know all these connections and these people don't. That's what A&R is, and the A&R is actually very that's a position that I didn't understand at first, but like once you start being around the music industry, you understand like you need people like that because they make things move. Like they bring these connections together. So it will more be just like I would want to create that festival, which is to kind of like make that connection happen for everybody, while still doing music videos for the artists that are at my at my festivals, and then from there, maybe I'll make a movie one day.
I hope so. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'll definitely do a commercial though.
A little
for
cameo
sure.
maybe, or Torrentino stuff.
Right, like low key, that would be fun. I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to tackle that, but I definitely would like to start doing commercials and short films this year too with my team. So once that's all said and done, like getting the colorist and everything like that, like we're gonna start going crazy. So it's definitely in the works. It's definitely coming. I'm super excited. I'm excited to have this opportunity to be with you guys. I'm excited for the opportunities that are out there this year. And I think if you guys like want to ever just like work or anything like that, just we can definitely like chat it up on Instagram and like I can like invite you guys out and stuff like that, and hopefully we vibe and everything like that. Like you guys can come and just hang out on the set and we can just like all work together, but pretty much it's all about just creating that community. I feel like just staying humble and kind of just like having fun with it. Really, I think that's the main part. That's the reason why I do it. Like it's fun. I love to see others' dreams and like I love to see like when they make the song and they see the video and they're like, bro, like you killed it. Like oh my god, like it makes me feel good because I know I make them feel good. Like that's why. So I definitely want to keep that going. I definitely want to bring others to the light. I want to give them the light that they deserve, and just how I found a way, I want to help them find a way. So.
Yes, please. I think we'd all love to tag along. I think that'd be an amazing experience, especially with the people you get to work with. A little bit of a nerdy question. Maybe you know a lot more about it. What cameras do you like shooting on?
So if it's like a big budget, I'll shoot with a Red or Ari, but I'll rent it out. Like I don't own one because those are like $20,000 cameras.
Yeah.
And then also too, like that's just the camera alone. You still have to get the hard drive. You have to get like external SSD. You gotta get the lenses and all that stuff. So we normally just rent, and then that would be included into the budget. But if not, then I use like a Sony FX3 or I use like
we're literally shooting Sony FX3.
Yeah, no, bro. The Sony FX3 is insane. Yeah, I definitely love the color, like the profile pictures on that. And a 873, I use 873 as well.
Yeah,
so.
Same sensor.
Yeah, so pretty much just that. I want to start going back to Canon just for my pictures, like just being a cameraman, being a director. I want to own a bunch of cameras, so definitely want to get a like Mark V or something like that, or maybe like just a Canon. I think it's the R. They have an R now, right?
That's a.
Yeah, I definitely want to get back into Canon for sure for the photography end, but I haven't looked at those cameras yet because I know if I look, I'll try to buy one.
Oh yeah, we're always. I think our cameras are always trying to call cameras. I think I have too many at this point.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's nice to know that you shoot on those because I always fight my professor over there. I think he's still there. I can't see him. You still there, Sloman? Oh yeah, he's always like area this, area that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm always like, I got my little red, I got the little Komodo.
Yeah.
I'm always like, but if she's raw, he's like, you know.
I think it just depends on like.
The project probably?
I feel like it depends on the project. I think at least for when I shoot, because like on an Ari or on a Red is definitely expensive. So definitely try to like I want to own one in the future, but I definitely I rent it out on ShareGrid. There's like a website called ShareGrid. I just rent all of it.
Oh yeah, and I feel like just real quick because I don't think a lot of people know that it's not as expensive as you think to rent out gear, especially if you're starting out. Like, like a lot of people are always like, damn, I can't do shit until I have a camera,
Yeah.
And I have too many cameras. I'm like, dude, I can't operate all of them. There's so many affordable ways to get really cinema quality, for cheap. Like you'll see rigs out there with Raptors, which I'm sure you use, right?
Yeah.
Aries, like the one someone has for like maybe $100 sometimes, like $1,000 if you're kind of going up there.
Yeah.
But you don't need to go like, oh, I need to find a whole budget. Sometimes you can go fund me a budget and it'll work for really great productions that you have in your head that you just want to get out there to the world.
And even like what I try to do is like when I rent, I go on ShareGrid and like it's like $800 a day.
There you go.
Normally I do it for like a weekend and like it's a hack. I just call it a hack because you get the day rate for the weekend. So if you cut it in half, it's like $200 per day. If you shoot 3 music videos or 3 projects a day, that's $200 per project. So technically, you gotta shoot 3 projects in 3 days with the Ari or Red, So that's what I do sometimes.
Yeah, that's amazing. Good advice. Thank you so much, dude. Again,
No worries, thank you, bro. Pleasure to meet you too, man.
So I would want to set up that the special gift you got for us.
Oh yeah, you're gonna set it up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, it's not my best work. A heads up, because this was like a year ago, but
We want. Can we put this like in a movie style? Like, can we get this on tape and put it like at the end? Like like how you would watch like a movie.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Where is it? It's gonna be. I'm gonna move.